Greetings, children of the screen. Your friendly neighborhood nerd scum here once again, coming at you from Sci-Fi Factory Burleson with another totally awesome unboxing. Now, if you guys remember from last time, we unboxed the Saga Skybound exclusive Todd McFarlane's Toys action figure set of Hazel and Isabel. Alright guys, so here we have it, Hazel and Isabel. It's very both kind of like cute and disturbing all at the same time, very indicative of Saga. Up, down, all the way around. A scale of 1 to 10, I would say these are, frickin' dope! Not to be confused with sick, effing dope, or Supernova Mega Boss. Don't confuse it. And that set was absolutely awesome, but guys, today I am really excited because we're going to be opening up the next Saga action figure set of some of my absolute favorite characters from the series. The Skybound exclusive Todd McFarlane action figure set for the Will and Lion Cat. So let's get these bad boys open. Right on guys, here we go with the Will and Lion Cat. Now, unlike the Hazel and Isabel pack, this one comes with a fair amount of accessories. For Lion Cat, you've got an extra set of legs so that you can have him sitting or in a standing position. You have obviously the kind of thought bubble or word bubble of lying, which comes with its own little stand, although I question why the stand's not clear like it was with Isabel. The Ghost Isabel had a clear stand. That'd be really nice for this, but it's nice that we got that to begin with. It's a nice touch. Also, with the Will, you get both his extended lance and his just unsheathed lance. As being a freelancer, the lance would be the most important part, so I'm glad that we have a couple of different variations of that. Now, real quick, if we look at the lances, you can see that there is a bit of sculpting put into the handle, and the paint job on it is actually pretty nice. They have a nice kind of low-level metallic color for it, which doesn't make it stand out from the color palette of the rest of the figures too much, but gives it a nice metallic pop. And you essentially have the same handle on the longer piece, and the same paint job as well, just extended over a longer sculpted lance. Right on, so now why don't we go ahead and take a closer look at each of these individually. Right on guys, due to some technical difficulties, I've had to switch up my camera setup here, but hopefully it won't be too distracting. So let's go ahead and jump into the Will and his articulation. So, starting off from the top. So we got a head that goes all the way around, as well as a little bit forward and a tiny bit back, but you're going to have the cloak getting a little bit in the way, as well as his neck's positioning, causing a slight problem getting it to go much further back than that. So then we're going to move on up to the arms, and with the arms, you can get them to raise about that much on a ball joint that's right there. You also have elbow pivot on this one, as well as an elbow articulation that goes to almost 90 degrees. On the other side, we got the same thing. Arm goes all the way up, all the way down. You can bring it up about this high with the cloak there, but that's really about it, as the cloak is made of like a hard molded plastic. And so again, you've got the elbow articulation going 90 degrees, almost, but with a pivot. Then also on the wrists on this guy, you can turn them all the way around, like so, as well as they've got a hinge, ball hinge on them. So yeah. Get a pretty decent range of movement for the limitations that this figure has. So then moving on down, there is no waist, or, oh no, there's a swivel at the waist, but be very careful. As I've mentioned before, these figures are very delicate at their joints, and as soon as I picked this guy up to start moving him around, as you can see right here, I suffered a little breakage in one of the leg joints. So again, that's not very cool. They're very, very, very delicate, and I think I can fix that just with some glue, or I might try to swap him out, but that kind of sucks. But in general here, you've got these kind of ball joints, or sorry, pin joints, hinges on the hips there that can move out about that far, and move up about that far on this side. And on this side, move up about that far. It is hindered a little bit by the belt, despite this being made of that kind of rubbery material that I was mentioning earlier. And again, sorry guys, I don't want to move this one around too much as it's already busted a bit. But moving on down to the knee, with the knee, you've got a bend that goes, only about that far. Honestly, not that much articulation in it, but you also have a swivel at the knee as well. And then down at the boot, you also have a bit of a turn. It should swivel all the way, but because of the mold of the pants here, you're not going to get a full swivel out of that. And again, I'm not even going to bother on this side, guys. I apologize, because again, I'm worried that if I start messing with that knee, it is just going to pop right out. Now, once again, in terms of the accessories, we've got his lances. And I would be lying, guys, if I said that these were the easiest thing to get in his hands, but I've also had far more difficult. So there, as you can see, like, it wasn't that difficult to get it in there. This other hand is kind of a little bit more tricky. It wants to be a little bit tighter. So again, you got to be really, really careful that how much pressure you're putting on the wrists whenever you try to put something in this hand. But with a little bit of, you know, careful care, you can get it to work and get some awesome Lancy stuff going on, you know. I am the will. Alright guys, so yeah, in general, that goes through the basic articulation and everything for this figure. Again, in general, for this particular figure, I'm pretty bummed out about that leg breaking, but other than that, it has about the range of movement that I expected from a figure of this size. Again, the sculpting on it is really beautiful. Some of the deco on it's a little bit rough in places, but overall, other than that leg break, I am extremely happy with it. Alright, and moving right along, Lion Cat, more so than the other figures in this wave, has a surprising amount of articulation. So starting off from the head, you get the head that goes this far back and this far forward, kind of aided by the neck movement, which we'll get to here in a second, and it can turn all the way around for you, so you can kind of have him going either way, you know, whatever you want to do with him, he can handle it. Again, like, you have this neck here that can move forward this much and backward that much, and gets a decent little bit amount of twist to it, like so. Then moving down to the body, you actually have a midsection, which doesn't get a large range of motion, but it does allow you to kind of get a few more slightly dynamic poses out of it. Then moving back into the hind legs, you have, you know, an okay range of motion for these. Really, with these legs that you have on here, you're not going to be having him doing much, but you can get a nice range of like running motions out of it. And again, he does come with these extra back legs, which I was going to pop off and show you guys, but I was having a real problem with them, and after the thing that happened with the will, I don't really want to test the figure that much. So with the front legs, you get them to go up about this much right here, and get them to go down and back almost all the way. So again, like, surprising amount of movement from this figure, and then of course the really great thing that I really love, they give us a tail that moves. So yeah, it's not the most articulated figure that you're ever going to see, but for the character it is, Lion Cat, it's much more than I think we would have expected. So yeah, again, apart from the fact that I can't get these bloody legs on, hopefully if you guys check out my Instagram, I'll find a way of doing that, maybe softening up the plastic a bit so I'm not so worried about it, and I'll have some photos on there for you guys. But yeah, overall, I would have to say that out of all 4 figures I've opened up from the Skybound Todd McFarlane Saga line, Lion Cat is absolutely my favorite. It's got the best deco, it's got the best articulation, and other than the fact that I couldn't pull those back legs off, it's the one that seems the least fragile. It seems like the sturdiest one that's going to last the longest. So yeah, my boy Lion Cat. What up? Right on, children of the screen, that was the Skybound exclusive Todd McFarlane Toys Saga action figure set for the Will and Lion Cat, and it was pretty awesome. Lying. Alright, fine, you got me, okay. I really wanted this set to be really awesome, and in truth, as you guys saw with this video and the last one, there are a lot of really awesome things about them. The designs are cool, the accessories are cool, but the truth of the matter is, on both sets, there was a little bit of deco slop here and there, and as you guys saw, I took the Will out, and he broke very easily while I was trying to pose him, despite the numerous amounts of points of articulation he has. If those are going to break right out of the box, that doesn't do you a lot of good. Mind you, keep in mind, I haven't seen this complaint from anyone else when I've been looking at action figure reviews, so it might just be my copy. I really hope that that's the case, because overall, other than those few little things, these are really cool figures that I am very excited to have, but with the price point that you pay for them and them being from McFarlane Toys, you do kind of expect a little bit more than that, you know what I mean? But having said that, again, I don't really have a grading system for these, but if I was going to rate this set from like a 1 to 10, guys, I don't know, it'd be like, you know, not the Shiznita Whamma Bam, but not bad either. Like, Again, it was a little bit pricier than I like, and I might look into maybe seeing if I can exchange out my The Will and Lion Cat for a different set and see if like I have that same problem with that one. But again, despite those few little problems that you saw, I really enjoy these figures. And if you can find them for a good deal, then definitely grab them if you're Saga fans. But again, just keep those things in mind. Right on. Once again, children of the screen, thank you very much for joining me for this unboxing. I really hope you'd enjoyed it. If you did, then please like, share, comment, all that good stuff. You know what to do. Thank you very much, guys. Hope y'all have a good one. Nerd Scum, out. Yes, that was a good video. Lying. F*** you.